Taking a calculated risk is necessary for any person, certainly a king. To take a risk, whose danger cannot be calculated but is clearly great, is one only done in desperation. King Abruzzo is a desperate king, for he has inherited lands destroyed by war, armies who cannot win a battle ever to save their life, and a colonial empire whose final days are all but in sight. Seeing this, he chose to take an incalculable gamble and sold all of Sardinia's remaining lands in the Americas to other colonial powers. Seen as either insane or incompetent by all, the young monarch has spent the last 30 years overseeing an era of peace and rebuilding as the backwards, sick man of Europe was transformed into one of the most economically prosperous and competitive powers in a generation. For many, his actions seem an act of God or gods, but to others a work of administrative genius. Despite these changes, there is much to do to bring this old kingdom back to greatness. This is the 12th part of a roleplay series as House Torres in EU4.
So, Abruzzo is now dead. He was the one who seized power when he was still very young from the status and brought back the monarchy. He was also the only ruler in House Torres' history to not fight a war defensively or offensively. He has died, I believe, at 55 years of age, and he is going to be succeeded by his daughter, Queen Isada Torres. I didn't fix the name again. That's Torres. She's very strict. She's very militaristic. She's exactly what we need at this point. That is very unexpected. They hate the Hosokawa. We hate the Hosokawa. They're in Asia. We want to go to Asia. They're losing wars to Castalla. They hate our enemies as well. They're allied with the Chagatai as well. I think we would be very happy. I think Queen Isada would be happy to support the Yusagai in unifying Japan if we could get a strong ally in Asia. All right, we'll bring both of our armies over, and when we've done that, we're going to march north to support Ruthenia. They've done so much for us at this point. It's about time we do the same. Lithuania has gifted us 900 ducats. They really do want to reconcile with us, don't they? They're fairly strong, I'm not going to lie. And they're allied with Castalla. Given the gift and given their, I think, much safer position now with Castalla, they'd make a good ally for us, so we'll ally them. If we can take these forts, I think we might actually completely lock in the Bavarian army here, if I'm looking at this right. Oh, here we go. Big battle. Oh, I need some reinforcements. Ruthenia? Russian traditions, Jesus Christ. And we can't retreat. We got fucking stack wiped? Are you fucking kidding me? He's lost 70,000 men in that battle. Our whole army was just wiped out. The Papal States entered the war too. Well, at least we get to break the Papal States. That's something. Send the navies. There we go. Chance to humiliate the Pope. That's something at least we can enjoy. The last century has seen rationalism and empiricism gaining an ever-increasing popularity amongst the great minds of the age. In letters, publications, or coffee houses, kings, scientists, philosophers, and literatures are discussing the merits of tolerism, the scientific method, and the spreading of Enlightenment ideas to all humanity. From universities, our courts of enlightened monarchs expeditions are being sent to measure, catalog, weigh, and map the world so we can better understand the laws that govern the things around us. Others discuss the laws that govern society and try to reach an understanding of the rights of men. In Constantinople, a colossal undertaking has begun. Oh man, it spawned in Constantinople. The assembly of a complete encyclopedia of knowledge. The light of reason has been lit, and many will not rest until it has been brought to all corners of the earth. Folks, the Enlightenment just spawned in the Balkans, I kid you not. This is a big moment. 2-to-1 odds, we have to beat them here. I'm gonna force march them in. Oh no, they're gonna actually get away. Here we go. We're gonna catch them. We caught their fleet here. Big. We sunk their flagship, huge. Of all the ships in the Papal Navy, none was more highly regarded than the Principatus. We sunk the head of their fleet. Start sieging at their western fort line here. How's Ruthenia doing? It's the real question. Not well, I'm afraid. If we get some good rolls, we might win this. I do have defensive troop styles here. If we're gonna in any battle, it'll be this one. The Pope's gonna get here though with his forces. Oh, this will be close. Come on. Oh, we got it. Big, huge. Oh, we got it. And we'll be able to, I think, beat the Pope's army here too. That was huge. Come on, hold. Oh man, that's big. There's no way Ruthenia is going to win this, though. They're fully occupied at this point. We will lose this war. We're just trying to reduce the damage we take in the war and hopefully reduce their damage. I hope they don't give up Napoli in the peace deal. All right, the war's over. We did lose land. We lost one province there. 2 provinces, I apologize. That sucks. We did lose Napoli, too. That sucks, especially because they're Greek. Buddy, what is happening? Every ally we make, they end up fucking falling. I swear, dude, it's almost like ridiculous. Many powers have abandoned us. It would be easy to abandon our own, and for many, we will treat them as nothing more than pawns. But Ruthenia, we cannot forget what they have done for us, nor can we repay it. This is a coalition war. They have expanded very aggressively, I'll say that, but we're gonna all in to help them. We're gonna send them our entire treasury, and we're gonna requisition our armies, and we're gonna land them. This will be rough. We gave them enough money they can build an army, though. No. We're not gonna join this war. We're gonna stay in the other one, and we're gonna use our armies to try and fight off the coalition. If we can only have them lose to Byzantium, they're going to lose a lot of territory, but they will not be destroyed. We need better generals, too. We're going to try and knock out this army from Fair. Here we go. This is a very important battle for the whole grand campaign. God, their general's so good. Look at that. No, not a chance. Not a fucking chance. Let's retreat before we get stack wiped. We need to escape with our army at this point. Despite throwing everything she could into the protection of our long-standing ally, Queen Asada Torres has given the order, and our armies will return home. We have 7 loans we need to pay off. Let's work on that first. We're going to pay off our loans, and when that's done, we're going to start doing wars of imperialism. Lithuania declared on them. And here we are. The Age of Revolutions. The questioning of rights, authority, and the world itself during the Enlightenment has led to the rejection of the ancient regime. As absolutism gives way to revolution, kingdoms may have to take place by republics. In France, they tell us of the birthplace of the revolution. A philosopher from a place I can't say, Héron de Bethune, has published several treatises criticizing inequalities in France and calling for a new social contract. Disputing the divine right of monarchs to rule as they see fit, he proclaims that sovereignty lies with the people and that ultimate power over the laws and policies of the land must lie with them. His thesis is highly popular among the middle-class entrepreneurs and literati, who have taken to spreading his ideas via pamphlets that call for popular mobilization against absolute power. Already they are winning supporters across Europe, and the first sparks of revolution are born. Given the recent changes in Europe, given that new treatise that came out in France that is making its way across Europe, and given, obviously, movements, including 2 revolts on our own country in recent times, Queen Asada Torres, in a speech in the palace before many burghers, as well as some common people, opened up reform for the first time since the overthrow of the status by her father, Abruzzo Torres. We will open up 2 legislative houses. Obviously, veto power will still remain with the Queen, but legislative capacity will be given over. Will give us a free policy as well. We have no more to take. Let's educate our heir too, Lissandro. We're going to give him a diplomatic education in trade. Our heir, Lissandro, is a naive enthusiast. That is unfortunate. Yeah, I'll upgrade the fleet when we get 3-decker, actually. No need to do upgrading twice. A new flavor of economics known as physiocracy is becoming popular among the nobles. Physiocrats hold that the basis of wealth is agricultural production by which all civilizations are made. The most important members of society, therefore, are the landed gentry, oh boy, who own the fields and lease the land. The physiocrats reject the dominant economies of mercantilism in favor of an agrarian laissez-faire approach. Merchants, of course, do not generate wealth, but merely transport extraneous produce from place to place. While many find the depth of their economics impressive, others are more swayed by the tangible benefits of protectionism. Our national bank is doing very poorly. It's finding it hard to lend to reliable people and running into difficulties. Oh my God. We'll bail them out. We need a port in the Pacific. Vita Levu. Never heard of it in our life, but one of our admirals has drawn us up a nice little map. That is doable. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a colonial target. Cyrus Chiodo, our military advisor, has stressed the importance of a more organized fleet. We're seeing eye to eye. I guess he's the one leading this this refitting movement. He has managed to convince Queen Seda I to commence an extensive restructuring. Battleships, galley, and other crafts will be built to strengthen the fleet. Prestige or stability? Let's take the prestige again. Oh, look at that. The heirs of Genghis Khan who rule and Karakoram are under attack from Chagatai. The restructuring is complete. The army is ready. The fleet is being prepared. A war with an island in the Pacific you've never heard of, nor have we. But it's of vital interest to the strategic value of the Kingdom of Sardinia and will give us support in the Pacific. Here we come. There's only 11,000 men left too. Fuck, we need fleet basing rights and access somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Our alliance with the Use guy is coming in very clutch here, I'd say. Cyrus Boncampagna Ledovici, an inventor and entrepreneur from Cagliari, has come up with a new type of coke-fired blast furnace with the production of cast iron. By making use of coal instead of charcoal, the production of iron has been increased greatly, allowing us to supply the market with larger quantities of cheap iron. Wonderful. The Queen died in the middle of her war too. Tragedy in Sassari. She has also overseen the administration and the stabilization of what remains of the kingdom, and it will now pass to her son, Lysandro III, a naive enthusiast. Education pays off. Now Lysandro has taken the first steps to be king. It's finally time to tell what his education has given him. He, good trade education, trade efficiency, global trade power, merchant trade power, and he got 1 Diplo too. Nice, so he's a 553. Yeah, he's a very competent leader. Not the greatest military mind, but overall very competent, just a little bit brash. The naval invasion of Vita Levu. We're going to be attacking a fucking star fortress on this island. They're not going to contend our landing. I bet they have, yeah, they have coastal defenses. We are going to land safely, though. We'll take the siege here, and then we'll take the island, because we need a port of our own. Asia is incredibly valuable. We would know that now that we've landed here and seen all the wealth, even on these minor islands. The lands of Asia are incredibly valuable, and that is where we could potentially gain a lot of economic value if we do this right. We've taken the siege. We have to cross, and we'll take on the army of the Lao and Vita Levu. Around half of our forces, but they have the defensive advantage, and we have to make the crossing here. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna get it. No problem. We'll just make them into a colonial company, essentially, is what we're gonna do here, right? The Union of Lysandro III and Ispella have gained not only a spouse, but also an ally to the realm. The Pietromachi is an old and influential family in Corsica. Beautiful. Our wife, Ispella, is a 330, and now we have an heir to the throne, Solomon. It's a 623. And the Netherlands has been formed. Lesser Frisia has finally formed the Netherlands. Wow. He offered us a deal. In exchange for the utilization of his islands and his ships and his knowledge to conquer the other kings of the island. Name your price. They won't accept anything right now? We are at war with Castile once more. We can knock out their naval forces here. We've slaughtered their navy here. Look at that. Look at these fleets, man. No one joined the war either, by the way. Just the Yusa guy. Let's send Barcel back, though. We'll send our admiral. We are going to need him, my god. We have to defend the whole miles. We have no soldiers there. They're not reinforcing? We knocked them off. Huge! We defended Corsica and stopped their naval invasion. We can let them take Africa, but the home isles we can't give up. Now, if we can wait for those heavy ships, and we can get 1 or 2 more naval ideas, we might be able to take on that fleet. It is doable. Beautiful. March on to the rest of the islands. We'll go to Oahu next. Yeah, we're all alone again. We're only allied with an Asian power, the Usagai. That's it. We gotta go with what we have. I will make a call for the last of our heavies to come back. We're gonna put our whole fleet together, and then we're gonna go for it. I've said it a few times, but I'm gonna say it with utter certainty. This is gonna be the most important naval battle in the Grand Campaign. I'm gonna do something very risky. We're gonna take this battle. You know why? They've got so many light ships here that that'll block out their combat widths. The disarrayed nature of the navy of Sardinia or of Castella right now could be our only option for victory. We have news that our reinforcements are not but several weeks out. We're gonna take these battles. Here we go. This is for everything. Good. Destroying their navy. We won in the south. Let's bring up the reinforcements. Heavies got intercepted. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Battle of the Ligurian Sea. There it is. And we got it. 50 heavy ships gone. Massive. They were not ready. They did not expect us to take that fight. And in their disarray, their navies piled over each other, and we put them all at the bottom of the Ligurian Sea. My gosh, we have the Mediterranean. No, we can't stop North Africa. We will never be able to win in North Africa. But if we can rule the Med, if we can destroy their light ships, I'm going to force a reasonable peace out of them. 28,000 brave souls under Bernat Coretto are going to hold out in Biserta. Another case of them overwhelming the Ligurian Sea. Let's take it. Another opportunity. They're doing it to themselves again. Go. Good rolls. Slaughtering that fleet. Look at that. They had no heavies in that. I don't know why. Burn their ships. Oh, we won't get that big fleet, but we'll get the other one. Burn all their light ships as soon as we get them. Demands for representation, ban the publication. We'll lock up those people too. This is not the time to be demanding reform. How much debt do we have? 3,000. Let's do this! Six to 1 odds, gentlemen. We cannot be stopped. 24 heavies at the bottom of the bay. We'll burn all their ships once more. Leave them in that smoking wreckage. We hit it again. Huge. The king died. Lysandro died in the middle of the war. Whoa, man. Solomon's only 6. You know how you know this is going to be one of our greatest kings? It's always like this. When the king dies in a war and a Torres comes to age during the middle of a giant war, you know he's going to be great. Lysandro was a great king. We will not forget him, but we must continue with the war. I mean, I think the Navy High Command and the Military High Command would kind of just be running things, so the Queen Consort won't have really much to stop it. Our last great fortress in Africa has fallen, Kabila. Revolutionary Bavaria? No way, not with their ideas. Revolution in Regensburg. The revolution has arrived. Large crowds gathered in Regensburg to demand a wide range of concessions, chief among them a more democratic constitution. Taken aback on the scale of the protest, King-elect Rudolf III tried to defuse the situation by offering significant concessions. However, the leaders of the revolutionaries, Arnold Vierig, ensured that they would not back down easily. "What proof have we?" he asked, "that the despot will keep his word?" At this, King-elect Rudolf III ordered the troops to disperse the crowds. However, the troops refused to fire on protesters, and instead it was he who was driven out. A revolutionary republic has been declared under the watchful stewardship of Arnold Vierig, who promises to abolish serfdom, establish equality under law, and redistribute the nobility's land between the state and the peasantry, leading the people of Bavaria to a future guided by the ideals of liberty and the brotherhood of man. Chairman Arnold, with all the Prussian ideas too, that is terrifying. Given the recent naval battles in this conflict, diplomats from Castile and Sardinia have met on the coast of Valencia, whereby a treaty will be established. In this, we are going to see California, and we will see the remainder of the Balearic Islands. And we will both promise one another to set aside our mutual hatreds for now, and to prepare a joint war together to take down revolutionary Bavaria. We may be liberal, we may have reformed in many ways, but what has happened in Bavaria to the world's most dangerous and pinnacle military is a threat without pair, whereby our armies will march with Castilla upon revolutionary Bavaria.